Hello, it's your girl Shay here, and it's time for another reading vlog. First of all, hi, good morning. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. And this is like now my fourth reading vlog, I think. Yeah, number 4. First one was Love Hina. Second one was Uzumaki. The third one, which I posted a few weeks ago, was about Death Note. And this is my fourth one, which is going to be on Kitchen Princess. It is a manga that not many people really know about. I chose it because it is about cooking and it's about a school, and I feel like it would be a great way for me to basically leading up to Thanksgiving. For us in the US, Thanksgiving is next week on Thursday. This is now a Saturday. It is Saturday, November 21st. It is like 7:47 in the morning. I've been up for about a little bit, almost 2 hours now, and I figured why not read Kitchen Princess. I already said this before in a previous video, before when I was doing my TBR for this month. So let me just read you guys the synopsis, because a lot of people have not read Kitchen Princess before. I also apologize if I either don't open my mouth really wide or if I slur my words. I bit the inside of my cheek and now I have a canker sore and it really hurts. So it's hard for me to eat, drink anything, and like, I don't know, just overall try and live. But let me read the synopsis for you guys. This is on the back of the first volume. It's the omnibus version, so there's 4. I own all 4. I read this back in 2016, but let me read this for you. Najika is a great cook and she likes to make meals for the people she loves, but something is missing from her life. When she was a child, she met a boy who touched her heart, and now she's determined to find him. The only clue Najika has is a silver spoon that leads her to the prestigious Seika Academy. Attending Seika will be a challenge. Every kid at the school has a special talent, and the girls in Najika's class think she doesn't deserve to be there. But Sora and Daichi, 2 popular brothers who barely speak to each other, recognize Najika's cooking for what it is: magical. Is either boy Najika's mysterious prince? So that is pretty much the synopsis of the first one. I am so excited to get back into this world and to read it again. So let's get started. But first, I need coffee because I haven't made my coffee yet. So let's do that first. I got my coffee, as you guys saw. I just made it, so really good. Peppermint mocha coffee, and peppermint mocha creamer. That's it. I've been taking my coffee with just creamer, no sugar. Trying to cut back on that, although yes, I know the creamer has sugar in it. But now it's time to start on Kitchen Princess, so let's start on that, and I will check in with you guys later. Yeah. All right. See you guys soon. So I have to say, it's like only like 8:13, so it's still pretty early, but I'm already on like chapter 2. But one thing I gotta say that I really love about Najika, the character, is that she loves to eat. She loves food. Like in this previous page that I was on, she says they're asking her what's so special because she's in the special class, and usually everyone in that special class, they automatically have something special about them. So like one girl, she's really good at ballet, one guy's really good at Go, somebody else won an oil painting contest, someone else won a violin competition. So they're asking her like, well, what's so special about you for you to be in this class? And she says, I won the ramen eating contest. I also won an all-you-can-eat meat contest and the ice cream contest and the milk drinking contest. So she just loves food. I actually really love that. It's so funny of her, and she's actually really funny. She's such a funny character. I like Najika as a character. Like she's kind of shy, but she's also really hilarious and funny, and her facial expressions are really funny, like how they're drawn. So I really like that. But the fact that she's like, oh, I won all these contests, and they're all eating contests, it's like, girl, you love to eat. And I love food too, so I'm not hating, but I find it pretty hilarious. Also, as a side note, yes, this video may have spoilers. I'm gonna try my best though not to have a lot of spoilers, but yeah, I'm gonna try my best. But I have to say, so far, I'm so happy being back in this world, and I don't remember a lot about this, so it's starting to come back to me. But the fact that she loves food, I love it. Also, as a side note, all the chapters are recipes, so like they're named after recipes, so like Najika and the flan and stuff like that, so it's really cool. So yeah, let me get back to reading chapter 2, and I'll update you guys later, hopefully soon. Yeah. Okay, so I just finished volume 1 of Kitchen Princess. I know it's the omnibus version, but I finished volume 1 within that omnibus, and pretty much it is a romance. So there are 2 brothers named Daichi and Sora. There are 2 boys that go to the school, so it's kind of like a love triangle between Najika and the 2 of them. But I really feel for Najika in the first volume, and I forgot how much I felt for her, because she doesn't feel like she belongs at this school, because it is said that everyone who's in class A is special, and for her, she doesn't know what her special thing is. But we as the reader, we know that it's her cooking. Her cooking is what makes her special. But she's dealing with this sense of belonging, and Najika's so innocent, but she has that fire to her a little bit, but she's so innocent that you hate seeing her hurt. So seeing all the girls in her class not like her, or they're alienating her, making her feel like she's alone, and it just sucks to see that and to read that. But I have to say, the first volume, it really touches you, because you're really just like, if you've ever felt like you haven't belonged somewhere, you've had where people have alienated you. And I know a lot of people whom are into like anime or stuff that's really nerdy, and being in like high school, especially during the time period I was in high school, it wasn't the coolest thing to do. So you kind of might have felt alone or alienated if other people weren't into the same things as you were. So I have to say, like, reading this again in the first volume, it does put me back in that state of mind. So I'm enjoying it. Another really cool thing, though, about this manga that I forgot about, which I'm going to, turn y'all around really quickly. It's that when you finish reading a volume, they have all the recipes for all the things that they made during the first volume. So they have the flan, the Taree masala, they have the rainbow jelly, they have the Christmas cookies, and they also have the onion gratin soup. And I just think this is really cool, because now you can make these recipes at home, so like, turn back around. So now you can make these recipes. The one that I'm most interested in making is the Christmas cookies, and that's mostly because it's almost Christmas time. After Thanksgiving, it's almost Christmas, so it would be really cool to make those cookies. But I think that's mostly really interesting because this book is all about food, so it's kind of cool that every chapter, when you finish, they have a recipe for all the stuff that she cooks, and some of the stuff looks really good. And I do not like the character Akane. Akane's a character that you meet during the beginning, and she's like your typical, I'm not gonna say bad girl, but she's your typical like antagonist for the female character, where she just doesn't like her right off the bat, or she's very jealous of her. So I have to say that I don't like her as a character. I do not like Akane. And between the 2 boys, Daichi and Sora, I like Daichi more, and Daichi has the dark hair and Sora has the light hair, or like blonde. And I have to say, I like Daichi more. I feel like Sora's more manipulative as a character. I'm remembering now a little bit more, but I just feel like maybe not manipulative, but he's a little bit more of a player, whereas Daichi is very more closed off. And I don't know why. I always like the silent types more so in manga, and I feel like Daichi is the silent type more, so I really like that. But I still can't remember who she chooses, and I'm gonna make sure not to spoil it for you guys if you decide to read Kitchen Princess later on. So let me get back to reading. But Just wanted to update you guys. Also, it's like 8:45 right now, so still pretty early in the morning, but now to volume number 2. Okay, first of all, if it's loud, I apologize. It's because of the laundry is going, because it's my week to do laundry. But I just finished volume 2 within the first omnibus version of Kitchen Princess, and I feel like that's like pretty much the end. I think at this point it's mostly just really like short, like chapters or short stories, and then some of the recipes that they talked about in volume number 2. But I do have to say that for volume 2, I am going to give a disclaimer, and that's mostly because it does deal with eating disorders, and I know that for some people that can be triggering, especially for someone that's either gone through an eating disorder or have seen someone suffer through one. So just want to make sure that everyone knows that there's a heads up for volume 2 if you ever decide to read this manga, that volume 2 does deal with eating disorders. But I have to say I really did like volume 2. I really enjoyed how hard Najika tried to not to make Akane like her, but just slowly but surely like showing her that she does care, and not pretty much, I guess the best way for me to put it, not letting how Akane was defeat her spirit, because Akane doesn't like her and never has, and you know, she's very jealous of the relationship that she has, or that Najika has, with Sora and Daichi, because she feels like that she's taking them away from her because she's been friends with them since she was a little girl. But I did like how no matter what, she always tried to show Akane that she cared. So that's what I really liked about volume 2. Plus the food looked amazing, so it's making me really, really hungry, and so far all I've had right now is coffee. But that's one thing I did like. But I have to say I enjoyed volume 2. Once again, the disclaimer, it does deal with the eating disorders, but overall enjoyed volume 2. Looking forward to me reading the omnibus of number 2, which is going to start with volume number 3. So looking forward to that. But let me continue reading, and I'll update you guys more later. And as of right now, it's 9:40 a.m. So I'm getting through this rather quickly. So yeah, let me start the second omnibus. Alright, so it is much later now, this time that I'm filming. At this point, sorry if you hear talking in the background, that's my fiance. He's talking to his friends on the phone. I think they're playing Xbox or whatever. But it's currently 8:15 p.m. and yeah, I think the last time I talked to you guys was like 9 something in the morning. But anyway, the reason why I haven't updated you guys for a little bit is because, first of all, today was Pokemon Community Day, so I played that. So I took some break from reading while still reading at the same time I was playing. And my fiance and I had to go to my dad's house to help them set up some stuff for their Wi-Fi. So we've been there most of the day. And then we also had lunch over there. Didn't get home till about 6-ish. And then I had to finish up laundry. So at this point, it's now 8:16. And basically how I want to update you guys is that still on volume, or the omnibus number 2. At this point, I can honestly say what I got most upset about with where I'm at right now is that Akane made you where you kind of started to like her a little bit, but then she did some stuff that made you not like her again, just when you thought they were becoming maybe not friends but tolerated each other. But then no, that wasn't the case. And I have to say I'm at this point too where, because it's like kind of like a love triangle thing, I'm not liking whom Najika has chosen. So I'm hoping that changes, and I think it does, but I forgot how it gets to that point. But still liking it. Still not really liking Akane, but she reminds me so much of like girls I knew back in middle school or like high school who got very insecure if you were friends with a guy that they liked, especially if they thought that guy now liked you, and then that therefore made them not like you anymore, or that girl then didn't like you. Just a whole bunch of insecurities. But I am still liking Najika. She's still one of my favorite characters. I like how innocent she is, and I am still liking Daichi, and I am liking Sora. Daichi still much more than Sora. That is still how I feel about it. but still not liking Akane. Hopefully things change. But I think for this like few chapters, I don't have any trigger warnings or anything like that like I had previously. But my plan now is to finish this one and then probably like spend the rest of my night going to bed or like listening to my music and watching some YouTube and eating a cookie and getting ready for bed. But I plan to finish this, and then I will pick this back up in the morning and hopefully finish the last 2 omnibuses tomorrow. If not, then I will finish them like Monday, or definitely before I edit this. I plan to finish this before this video goes up on Wednesday. But finishing this up and then heading to bed. So this is probably going to be a goodbye and good night, because I don't know if I'm going to update you guys after I finish this. If I do, then I will. If I don't, then I'll see you guys in the morning. But that's all I have. So bye for now. See you guys tomorrow or later. Whatever. Good morning, everyone. So I do know, first of all, yes, I am wearing the same sweatshirt from yesterday. I didn't really go anywhere. No point in me ruining another sweatshirt and putting it in the laundry and making more laundry. But today is Sunday, November 22nd. I am now about to start volume number, well, not really volume number, but the 3rd omnibus of Kitchen Princess. I finished number 2 yesterday. I thought number 2 was super sweet. I actually really enjoyed the side story they had in number 2. The side story is about a girl that wanted help making a dessert for a friend of hers. And it was just really, really cute. I won't give away it all, but it was adorable. It was really, really sweet. Kind of a little bit sad, but I liked it. And then now I'm starting on the 3rd omnibus, and I'm excited to remember more about what happens. Still upset that Najika so far has chosen the wrong boy. I won't say who she chose so far, but she's chosen the wrong one. Still like Daichi. He's still one of my favorites. And Sora still is, to me, very manipulative. Or I feel like I don't know, I feel like he's pulling the strings in the background, and Daichi kind of knows but doesn't know exactly how to stop it. And Akane, she's like the girl you hate but then you also kind of start to like. I kind of talked about it in my last clip last night, where like she started to kind of like Najika, but because she has a crush on Daichi, she's like super like jealous of Najika and kind of how close she is to both Daichi and to Sora. So, but I have to say, I'm so happy to be back in this world. I can't wait to read more. The 3rd omnibus is a lot thicker than the first 2, so I'm gonna see how I can finish through this today. If I don't, then I will start reading it once again tomorrow, but I will update you guys as I go along reading this today. So far, most of my day is going to be spent in a house. Only thing I have to do is at 2 I have to record a podcast, so I'll stop briefly reading at that point, but let's see how far I can get before 2 o'clock. So let's get started with reading. I already have my coffee. It is cinnamon roll flavored today. I didn't do a clip of me making it because I was just decided just to make it. Have a cinnamon roll coffee, and so yeah, let's start reading. Okay, first of all, I apologize if the lighting is weird. It's 10:30. I am now like a quarter of the way through of this omnibus, and I have to say, first of all, Najika got kissed by one of the brothers. I'm not gonna say who, so I cannot spoil it. But now she's in this cooking competition, and like I thought was gonna happen, it happened. She got played. And there was definitely another ulterior, can't say the word right, ulterior motive going on. And I'm so mad. But on the plus side, Akane is a lot more friends with Najika now. So I am glad to see that. This lighting's so weird. Oh, that's better. But I am liking still Daichi so much more than Sora. But I think Sora isn't who he claims to be. Like, I have a feeling that, once again, even though I've read this before, it's been a long time, but I forgot a lot of it. So I think Sora's not who he's claiming to be to Najika, and I'm kind of looking forward to that moment where it reveals that, but I also am liking that they've kind of gone more and more into Najika's, not past, but like into who her parents are and why people love or really liked her parents so much. And I like how, like, I love the person that runs Fujita's diner because he's so nonchalant. So I really like how he is. And yeah, let me get back to reading because my battery's about to die on this camera. But yeah, liking it so far. I like Fujita's diner. I like the guy that runs it. I like how he's kind of helpful but kind of not to Najika a lot, and how he's a great comedic relief. But let me get back to reading and I will update you guys soon. And plus it gives a chance for my camera battery to charge. But yeah, see you guys soon. So I'm recording this on my phone, so I apologize if the quality is not as great as my camera. The battery is currently charging, but I just finished volume number 3 of the omnibus, and I have to say, I forgot that a tragedy happens in that volume, so that got me really sad. And I forgot that there was another cooking competition, and they introduced a new character whose name is Shay Mizuno. And Seiya looks like another character, which causes some issues because while he looks like this character, he's completely different. His personality is very different. He's very snobbish and just very competitive. But he goes and does a cooking competition with Najika, and that cooking competition was really amazing because you see just how much care Najika puts into her cooking, besides just trying to make it taste good, but how she feels about others. So that was really cool. And I forgot that it still has the ongoing mystery of who is her prince, like who is the boy that saved her, because it's revealed that the person that said that they were really wasn't. So now you're starting to think it's this completely new character that's now been introduced, who is Seiya. So like, I don't know, it's hard. And I forgot that like a kiss happens, and you know, still Daichi is really fighting his feelings for Najika, and Najika got into a lot of trouble. And I hate Daichi and Sora's dad. He's so manipulative, he's so mean, he's so in for it for himself and for the school that he doesn't care about other people's feelings. And I'm now very afraid, though, for where Najika came from and where she used to live, because now that's kind of in jeopardy. So I'm excited to start volume number 4 of the omnibus. Hopefully by the time I do the next clip, I'll be using my actual camera, but the battery really needs to charge because I haven't charged it in like a few days. So I need to charge it. But hopefully I should finish this by today. I have a podcast to record at 2. I think right now it's like, I don't know what time it is right now. I think it's like 11-ish, 12, 11:30. I don't know. It's still probably kind of like the morning right now. But hopefully I finish this before 2. And if I do, then I'll update you guys. But let's start omnibus number 4. Once again, it's a pretty thick one, just like number 3. So I should get through it soon. These covers are also so pretty. Like, they're really gorgeous. I like how colorful they are. And then after I finish it, I will probably let you guys know how I feel about this entire series and whether or not I recommend it. But let's start volume number 4. All right, see you guys soon. Okay, so it's about 1 p.m., no 2 to be exact, and I am about more than halfway through, so about like a quarter left. And finally Najika confessed her love for one of the boys, which I'm actually really happy about because it's the one that I wanted her to confess her love to, that I've liked since the beginning. So she finally did, and I don't know what's gonna happen after that. But it now has resolved into an even bigger, smaller mystery, I guess. And it's a mystery mostly revolving Daichi and like his past. And he's like remembers some stuff from his childhood. And it's hard to explain it without giving a lot of this away. But I have to say, I'm liking Akane and her are now pretty much friends at this point. Akane was able to get over her love for Daichi. I'm not going to say how she did it, but she got over her love for Daichi. And I actually really want Akane to end up with Seiya Mizuno. I want her to end up with him so bad. Their personalities are kind of similar with the way that they deal with stuff. And I know at one point Seiya said that Akane was more his type, but he didn't like her personality. So I think they need to end up together. They won't though, but they probably will. But I also have to say this manga makes me very hungry because it's always around food, and each chapter is like based off of like a recipe. And so instead of each chapter being called like a chapter, it's called recipe. So like this chapter or recipe chapter that I'm on, it's called Recipe 44, Najika and the Salt Caramel. But the only reason I like that it's titled that, but it's hard because even though the recipe is like within that chapter, it doesn't have a lot to do with the chapter per se sometimes. So sometimes it's misleading, and sometimes I'm just like, it should have been called that. Like one chapter was called Banana Bread. It was called Najika and the Banana Bread. And while there was banana bread in it, it didn't revolve around the making of banana bread, which was kind of weird. So there's some aspects that I don't like that aspect. But I do think it's very creative. And I am looking forward to finishing it. I'm glad that I got to read this again. I'm glad that it got me back in this world because there was a lot of it that I forgot. Like I forgot about some of the drama involved. I forgot about some of the tragedies involved. I forgot about some of the other mysteries involved besides her just trying to figure out who her prince is, but also another mystery involving the brothers themselves and something tragic that had happened to them in their childhood. So I had forgotten about that. So I'm glad that I was able to reread this so I can remember this. But I am realizing how problematic some aspects of this manga is. But let me finish it because I only have a little bit left and I have a podcast to record in like 45-ish minutes, and I really want to finish this before I have to record. But if I don't, then I'll pick it up after I finish recording. So let me get back to reading, and then after I finish reading it, I will give you a complete non-spoiler review of what I like about this manga, what I don't like about it, and like who's my favorite character, who's my least favorite character, and why, who I felt grew the more during the entire series, and so on and so forth. But yeah, let me finish this. I have a little bit left to go, and I think I can finish it before 2. But yeah, all right, see you guys when I finish this. So I just finished Kitchen Princess. It's now 1:24, so it didn't take me very long at all to finish the last quarter of it. And overall, I have to give it like 3.5 or 4 stars out of 5, or 4 hearts out of 5, I guess is the easiest way for me to put it. What I liked about it is I did like the food aspect of it. It made me hungry the entire way through. I loved how innocent the characters were. I like how it did have dramatic aspect. I like how it had romance in it. I also like the mystery involved as well between all of the different characters. And I also like the overarching themes of the main character and how she had a love for cooking but a love for others and didn't let competitions and stuff get in the way of how she felt about others. That's what I mostly liked about it. What I didn't like about it was that I kind of felt like the ending was a little bit rushed, just a little bit. Like I feel like it could have gone on a little bit longer in some ways, not a lot of ways. So I do feel like the ending was a little bit rushed as far as the romance between the 2 main characters, one of which is Najika. I'm not going to say who the boy is, but I have to say that I feel like the romance between them was like lagging a little bit at the beginning and then all of a sudden just kind of sped up. But it kind of had a good pace, so I'm like kind of in the middle between whether it was fast or slow. But yeah, that's kind of one of the things I didn't like about it, and also just all the dramatic aspects and stuff like that is what I didn't like about it. Favorite character throughout the entire thing has to be Najika. She's one of my favorite characters. I like how innocent she is, but she has a lot of funny aspects to her, such as her facial expressions and how angry she can get sometimes. But I also like the fact that she was still I'm not gonna say super innocent, because she was super innocent, but I liked how like wholesome she could be and how nice and how sweet she could be and how she cared a lot about others and about their feelings before putting her own. Character I didn't like the most was probably the director. probably the boy's dad, whom you meet through the latter half of the series. I didn't like how manipulative he could be, how conniving he could be, and how he always had to undermine what Najika was doing and kind of tried to put the other boy, Shay Mizuno, above her when she didn't fulfill the requirements that he wanted her to fulfill. That's the character I didn't like. The character that I felt like had the most growth was Akane. At the beginning, she started like your typical mean girl, and then slowly but surely, as Najika kind of broke down her walls and really helped her out a lot, she became a much more better character, and she became a character that was, I guess the easy way to put it, like became an actual friend and ally to Najika as opposed to just an enemy all the way through. Not saying Najika didn't have other enemies, because of course she had the director, and she had a couple of other girls too that were friends with Akane that also started not to like her as well. But Akane became a friend to Najika as opposed to a enemy, which I feel like she had the most growth throughout the series overall. So overall, do I recommend reading Kitchen Princess? I do recommend reading it. I recommend it as a read that's easy to read, easy to get through. Makes you very hungry though, and also I recommend it because it is such a great, sweet story. A really sweet romance, really sweet dramatic instance in it, and it's just an overall really cute story, so I do recommend reading it. Like I said in the first omnibus, there is some triggering aspects of an eating disorder, so definitely for someone who's triggered by that, I wouldn't recommend reading it, or skipping. You probably skip over those parts. But overall, do I recommend reading Kitchen Princess? I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed me going through and reading this. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about Kitchen Princess. I hope I didn't spoil it too much for you guys. I tried to talk about it without having a lot of spoilers, so I hope there wasn't too much or any at all. But I hope you guys enjoyed me reading it. I know it's a manga that not many people knew about and not many people had read before, but I enjoyed reading it. I enjoyed being back in this world. It is made by Kodansha Comics, so you can probably find it online. I would say if you want to get the volumes, you maybe can get them off of Amazon or maybe Right Stuff. It's been some time since they were in bookstores, so I don't know if you can get them inside of a physical bookstore anymore. But definitely check online if you're interested in owning them. And yeah, that's kind of what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will probably do another reading vlog soon, but this time I'm probably going to do an actual book. And it's a book I actually just got, so I'm just going to get up and get it. And it is going to be this one. So it's called Paradise Island, and it's by Sam Gobach and Colby Brock, and they're actually two YouTubers on YouTube, and they pretty much do a lot of like explore videos, haunted places and stuff like that, and I actually really do enjoy their content. And I found they were coming out with a book, and a book is kind of based off of a trip they actually took, but it does have some like fantasy aspects and aspects that are not true, and just making it a whole ghost story. I want to read this mostly because I read another YouTuber's book before, which was Haunted in Hollywood, which was by Loie Lane. She also has a YouTube channel, and I wasn't the biggest fan of her book, so I want to read this one and see how much I like it, because another kind of one of those haunted books. But yeah, I'll probably be my next one for just a regular physical book, as well as reading the Truly Devious trilogy, because I own all three and I haven't read any of them. And as far as a manga series is concerned, another one for that one, it might be Mamet Lollipop, because now I own all of the volumes and I want to read all of them. So we'll see. A lot of reading vlogs will probably happen fairly soon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have links below to my social media accounts. I have Instagram, a Twitter, a blog, so please check me out on there. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Like I always tell you guys, stay positive, stay nerdy in today's day and age, stay healthy, and of course, stay safe. All right, you guys.